What's up, everybody? I'm back. It's Monday. Man, it's late. Um, it is 11:41 Monday night, October 6th. Long Monday. I actually just got home from Monday Night Raw, WWE Monday Night Raw in Dallas, Texas tonight. Me and my brother took my two boys. It was their first wrestling event, and they loved it. So that was good, but took a little while to get back, drop everyone off, and get home. And then both my fantasy football teams clinched and held on, so I got the win in both leagues. So not a bad Monday. Not a bad Monday. But we got to recap the big weekend, man. UFC 320. Whew, man, what an event it was. Like I said immediately in the reaction that I did Sunday morning, it was a great event. The card delivered from the early prelims all the way to the main card. Great fights. And as I left you guys Sunday morning, Saturday night, I said there's going to be a lot of questions coming out of this event. I mean, and that's how it usually is with us fight fans, right? As soon as we see a great event, it's always, what's next? Who's next? When can they fight again? Or who's going to be up next to challenge for a title? Or who deserves the next title shot? You know, it's always, it's a sport, you know. It's just how it goes. So, wrote down a couple names of some of the six guys from three of the big fights on the main card. Just wanted to kind of run down kind of what's next. You know, I've been watching a lot of, kind of watched some podcasts today and getting opinions of different hosts that I really like to follow. Three main ones in particular that I follow pretty religiously. One is Morning Combat with Luke Thomas and Brian Campbell. Shout out to them. Ariel Helwani, of course, and MMA Guru. I like his stuff. I know a lot of people think he's a troll, but he'll be the first one to tell you that he is. But granted, the guy really, he doesn't know what he's talking about. So shout out to those three. So Alex Bejeda, he's back on top. I'm sure the UFC is absolutely loving that he's got the title back. You know, not saying that Ankalaev wasn't a good champion, but he's very stoic, very quiet, the way he does things. He's just one of those Dagestani guys who just wants to show up, get the job done. You know, he doesn't really speak English. Even though Alex doesn't speak English either. But the resume and the way that Alex goes about his business, even though he doesn't speak English, the guy is a company man. He's always down to fight. He's always showing up at events, traveling, interacting with the fans. People love him. I mean, after Saturday night, the whole crowd is just chanting Chama, Chama, Chama. Like everywhere he goes, that's all you hear. So Alex is a superstar, man. He's been a superstar, and now he's got the title back, and I think that really puts him in the driver's seat to what he really wants to do next. And I think, personally, he deserves it. You know, the guy, like I said, he always shows up. You know, even Dana White said, you know, the guy's traveling everywhere. He was on vacation in Australia. He gets a call 3 weeks out, flies back, fights, steps in. So the guy's always down, and he's a company man, and he deserves to be treated like a champion and be able to call his shot a little bit now. He's getting a little bit older. He's 38. You know, he might have 2 years left if he stretches it out. But I think he's at his point in his career where he wants to have big fights, a lot of eyeballs, huge opponents, huge names. And like he said, he wants to go to heavyweight. I don't think now there's anything at light heavyweight for him. I said that I believe Carlos Ulberg deserves the next shot, and I believe he does. But I don't know if he deserves it against Alex, because I think Alex is going to let it go and move to heavyweight. And I think if that's what he wants to do, I think the UFC should push him to do that, because it'll only bring more fanfare, more eyeballs to the heavyweight division, which has been kind of slow because of the holdup between John Jones and Tom Aspinall. Tom Aspinall has a huge fight coming up with Cyril Gane that is going to solidify that division for now. But I think if you inject Poatan into the heavyweight division, it just makes it more big, more huge on what could happen next down the line for Tom Aspinall if he can get by Cyril Gahn, which I believe he should. I hope to God he does. I want Tom Aspinall to defend that title and give it some solidify that division for him and the rest of the division. And I know Poatan wants to fight with John Jones. And if I'm Tom Aspinall, I can see he could be a little aggravated. I mean, he chased John for over a year, sidelined him, just waiting on that. Didn't happen. John retires. They elevate Tom to the undisputed heavyweight champion. And now it's like he hasn't even had the chance to defend his title. And now everybody wants to see John Jones again in his division at heavyweight. If it was different, then it'd be different if Alex was like, I want John Jones next, and I want him to fight me for my title at 205. That'd be different. I don't think John will ever go back down to 205. I don't think Tom would really care if that was the case, but it's not. He wants to fight him in Tom's division, the heavyweight division. But like I said, you can look at it, the good or the bad. I think it's all good. It just, like I said, it just brings more highlight to the heavyweight division, and Tom Aspinall is the king of the division. So what's good for the division is good for him. So we'll have to wait and see. I mean, I know he broke his foot, but I mean, he's always got like a broken toe or something. Something's always going on with his feet because how hard he kicks. It just happens. Part of it. I've broken probably 4 or 5 toes in my entire career, and the same one multiple times. Popped ligaments. Some of my toes don't even bend, so it's just part of the kickboxing game, Muay Thai game, whatever. But I would like to see, and this is all stipulation, like I said, because John Jones, the tragic news, his brother passed away. Who knows if he even wants to come back? I mean, I believe Ariel addressed that and said, you never know. Jones could just be done. He might want to come back, but with this, it's got to be hard on that family. I think not too long ago, I'm not sure, but I believe not too long ago their mother had passed away. John Jones' mother has passed away, and so that family has gone through 3 deaths now, I believe. Not all so close in time, but it's just hard, man, having to bury a family member, especially an immediate family member. Their younger sister, I believe, their mother, and now I believe Arthur was the big brother, and now Arthur Jones. They had to all be buried, so I'm sure that's tough. So we'll just wait and see. I guess it'll play out. Alex probably has to get healthy too. But I mean, I wouldn't be mad if Dana's like, look, you want to go to heavyweight? That's fine. We'll push you to heavyweight, but you have to fight Tom. Jones. I'm pretty sure Jones is still on Dana's shit list for how he handled the whole situation versus Tom, and then retiring, dropping the belt, and then coming back literally, I think it was like a week or 2 later. So who knows? Dana still has the pull in that house. So, like I said, it works great for Tom. If he gets through Cyril, and then they bring up Bajeda and like, yo, next for the title is Tom Aspinall, reigning heavyweight champion versus 2-division champion Alex Bajeda, that would be a mega fight that nobody would complain about. John Jones or not, that's a fight that I would like to see as well. So, like I said, I don't really think there's much left for Alex at 205. I think if I was him and his team, if they really want to make the move to heavyweight, they could just drop the belt, and then that would open it up for Carlos Ulberg and Yuri Prochazka to fight for the vacant belt. I wouldn't be mad at that. So he's got a lot of options, and it's good for us, the fight fans, the fight community, because either way, if he stays, he'll fight Ulberg next. If he goes, nothing but big fights. It's either John Jones or Tom Aspinall. So either way, we win, right? I was going to move around, but now that I'm on it, I might as well just go to Anchor Live. Anchor Live coming off a loss. He's not going to get an immediate rematch. The way he was finished and put out in 1 minute and 20 seconds, there's no way. No one's calling for it anyways, but there's no way as a business move the UFC would do that and give him an immediate rematch, especially after everything I just covered with Alex and how much potential he has at heavyweight and the money that the UFC will make on that, on him just going heavyweight alone. And Ankalaev, if he stays, maybe he can get the winner. Theoretically, Poatan leaves, and then they make Yuri versus Olberg. If Ankalaev can get another win, say put him against, give him Dominic Reyes. Dominic Reyes coming off a bad TK or bad KO victory against Carlos Olberg. Get Ankalaev Reyes, let them fight. If he gets through Reyes, which I mean the way things are looking, he probably should. Give him the winner of the theoretical title bout between Jiri Prochazka and Carlos Olberg. I wouldn't be mad at that at all. Or another option, I believe he and Jan fought initially for the vacant light heavyweight title. It went to a draw. Jan Blachowicz has Bogdan Guskov coming up in Qatar. If Jan can get through Guskov, which he should, because Jan is one of those guys flying under the radar, tough guy, former world champion. Hell, let them run it back. I wouldn't be mad at that at all. Let them run it back. And, I think after what we saw with Alex and Ankalaev, I think Jan could capitalize on that as well. Because a lot of things that Alex did well in the fight with those hard inside leg kicks that forced Ankalaev to switch stance from southpaw to orthodox to set up that right hand. That's what Jan Blachowicz did to him in that fight when they went to a draw. He was eating those the leg up from the inside leg kicks. Huge inside leg kicks. So I wouldn't be mad at that. Ankalaev, after that performance, he's going to need at least 2 more wins to even think about sniffing another title shot. So I think that'd be a good set of fights for him if he wants to get back to the title. And then the co-main event, Merab. Oh, man, I think I said it right after the fights. I mean, I don't know what's next for him. Most likely it's looking like it's going to be Petr Yan. Petr Yan just coming off of a big win, which he should have got. It was a lesser opponent, but, Petr Yan, much like Merab, they fought almost everyone in the division. Most of the top 10, these two guys have already fought. So from Merab, it's probably going to be Petr Yan next in December because he wants to fight in December. Or he gets the winner of Umar and Mario Batista. Those are the only 2 options I see from Merab, in the immediate future for December. I think Mario is not for a few more weeks. Yeah, so I don't know if they'll be able to do that one in December, but hell, you could give Merab Petr Yan in December and then let him fight, March, April, for the winner of Umar and Mario Batista. And then, of course, you have the wild card, Pantoja. He's got Joshua Van coming up. If Pantoja beats Joshua Van, hell, I could see the UFC rolling up to Pantoja's house being like, yo, we'll pay you this much. Move up and make a super fight with Merab. I wouldn't be mad at it. I would actually enjoy that fight because Pantoja likes to push the pace, but he's not going to be able to push the pace against Merab. He can, but he'll wilt. But Pantoja always finds a way to win, at least at flyweight. Bantamweight against Merab, I don't think he can, but I'd still like to see it because Merab's already beat like 6 guys out of the top 10 already. I mean, just to run down a couple names for Merab, he's already beaten, let's see, O'Malley twice, Umar, Petr Yan already once, Sanhagen now, and Cejudo. They still have Cejudo ranked at 10. But the top 10, he's already beat 5 guys. And the other guys, Sahabi, he's not ready. He's got a fight coming up with Cheeto. Batista has his fight with Umar coming up. Mario Batista's ranked number 8. They have Cheeto ranked at number 7. Like I said, though, him and Zahabi, that's 7 and 9 going at it. Figgy is just coming off a loss to Corey. He's got a fight coming up, so he won't get the shot. He's at 6. And then 5, you have Song Yadong, and he just came off a win against Henry Cejudo, but nobody's pushing for him. So I think it's Jan, because he's probably the only one available for December. And then the winner of Mario Umar, unless they could bring Pantoja up first. So, and it would make sense, because if Umar can get past Batista, I would like to see a rematch between him and Merab and Umar, because it was a good fight. The first fight was. But, I mean, I could see the UFC giving Pantoja a shot before Umar again. I mean, because he's already beat Umar. And there was no ands, ifs, or buts about that fight. It was 3-2 on all judges' scorecards. 3-2, and it was plain and simple. Umar won the first 2 rounds. Merab won the last 3 rounds. That's it. There's no debate, no, one judge could have something. No, it wasn't anything like that. It was very clear. One of the most clean-cut decisions you'll ever see. So, yeah, man, Merab, he's on top of the world, and he can kind of just wait to see who comes up next and say yes. That's it. Merab will fight anybody. So, and then his opponent, of course, Corey. Corey has options too. He was ranked at 4, I believe, coming into this. So he still has 3 guys or 2 guys in front of him that he hasn't fought yet. He hasn't fought Piotr Jan, and he hasn't fought Sugar Shane O'Malley. I don't know if O'Malley has a fight booked yet, but I would love to see Sean O'Malley and Corey Sandhagen go at it. Both guys are dynamic strikers. I don't think either one of them will really have to worry about wrestling too much or too much takedown defense. Both guys are long. They like to strike at range. I think that'd be a perfect fight for Corey. Perfect fight with Sean O'Malley. If O'Malley does get booked, I'm not sure who they would book him with. If they don't make the Piotr Jan fight for Merab, Corey can fight Merab. Or, if that doesn't work, you still have, like I said, Cheeto versus Ayman Zahabi. Corey can wait, take the winner of Cheeto versus Zahabi. I think him and Cheeto would be a good fight. Both guys like to strike. I think that'd be good. Cheeto needs a big win. He needs to win. If Cheeto can get past Zahabi, who's at number 9, I believe, right now, and then fight Corey, if he can get those 2 wins back to back, that'd put him back in the top 5 or put him in top 5. Maybe he could get a shot because he'd be a new opponent for Merab. So, Corey has a lot of options too. He's probably going to heal up. I don't think he got injured. He got beat up pretty good, but he didn't get injured. So I don't think he'll be out for an extended length of time. So, he's got good options as well. And all 3 of those. O'Malley, I would really want to see that one first. O'Malley, Piotr Jan, good too, because Jan likes to strike. Great boxing. Tito likes to strike. And Zahabi can mix it up. So, I mean, he's got 4 options right there. Just that I'm thinking, top of my head, right there, top of the list. And they're all good fights for Corey Sandhagen. The feature fight, probably the fight that stole, well, no, not stole the show, because Alex's fight was amazing, but the Yuri Prochazka Khalil Roundtree. And then the Yuri fight, like I said, Olberg versus Ankalaev, or Olberg or Ankalaev, I think, are his only 2 options right now. I don't think he's going to get the 3rd fight with Alex, because Alex is going to leave. And I think it makes sense for him to get Olberg. If they do, theoretically, a vacant heavyweight title bout, I think Olberg makes the most sense. Ankalaev is there, but I think they're going to make him work farther down the line. So, to me, honestly, Yuri Olberg makes the only amount of sense. Either he gets him immediately for a vacant, or Alex sticks around, Olberg gets the next shot, and then maybe Yuri gets the winner of that. So, Yuri's pretty cut and simple. He's worked his way back. He wedged himself back into the top 3, top 2. So, he made it pretty undeniable. If he would have got beat by Khalil, he would have a more range. Yeah, higher range of names to fight, a wider variety. But with the win, yeah, it's just Olberg, or the winner of Olberg Alex. That's pretty much it for him. And then Khalil, man, it sucks for Khalil, man. He was winning that fight. I had him winning the first 2 rounds, and if he could have just held on, he probably would have had. He probably would have wedged himself in to who gets next. Oh, I mean, he probably would have just got the winner of Olberg Alex if Alex stayed. But if he won and Alex leaves, it would have been Khalil Olberg for the vacant title. So, but he lost, knocked out. So now he's probably looking at he could fight Ankalaev next. You could give him Reyes next. And if Jan Blachowicz wins and they don't give Ankalaev Jan for the rematch, hell, Khalil versus Jan Blachowicz would be good too. I like all 3 of those for Khalil. They're all winnable fights, especially the Reyes fight's looking real winnable right now. The Ankalaev fight's looking winnable. I think the Jan fight will be a little bit tougher. Jan's just a hard dude, man. He's got just a awkward, like slow, stocky, like stalking style where he moves slow, but then he can just land big shots out of nowhere and put your fucking lights out. So I think that'd be the most difficult of the 3. But, coming up on the losing end, he's got more options because Reyes is just coming off a loss and Ankalaev's coming off a loss, and then Jan has a fight coming up. So, yeah, man, that's like I said, after the event, we're always left with more questions and answers, but they're the questions that everyone likes to talk about Monday morning, when you're at work. Anybody who works with people that watch the fights as well, you always have something to look forward to. You always have something to talk about on Monday after a good weekend of fights. So that's it for me, man. That's just some of my theoretical matchmaking that I do, but yeah. So if you guys have any other opinions or any more fighters that we can inject to plug these holes, man, drop them in the comments, man. Let me know what you think. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. See you on the next one. Peace.